Blake's defense before the game? It seemed like in the first and third quarters.
Yeah,
It was exactly what you talked about.
Exactly. Listen, he was great defensively. He was everywhere. Him and DJ, and the other guys too. Like that first quarter of defense was as good as you're gonna get. The hands were in the right place. A lot of deflections. And then on the other end, the ball movement. But to me, I think our guys like to score. But I think they're starting to really understand the more stops you get and the more consecutive stops you get, the more rhythm offensively you get. And I think they really get that now. And they even talk about it. You can hear them talking about it. That's also the most upset I've seen our team at halftime. That was great. I love that. They were pissed. The starters were. Because they get out to a big lead and it slips away. And I think the lesson for our second unit there is, make your own day. Don't come in, the first unit got it and then they came in and it felt like they thought, well, let's just, just join in. Well, you got to earn that, and I don't think our guys did that. So better second half. I was happy with that.
Was that the fire that ignited the team in the third quarter to blow them out simply because they caught up?
Well, I don't know. The first unit did that in the first quarter. So they just did what they did in the first quarter all over again. The difference was the fourth quarter, the second unit, some of them, we didn't have the entire second unit on the floor, came in and finished the job this time. That was good.
Did you not see that at the beginning of the season? When you go up by 16 or 18 and then lose that lead, not only did you hit the lead back, but you guys went up by 25. Was that not there maybe at the beginning?
No, but, we wasn't ready yet. Yeah. Like I kept saying, you can just see it. I said it early, and now we're playing right. What I liked about us, and I think it's an area that we still got to keep growing, is playing well through frustration. Because we were frustrated at halftime. And, the old team would have came out and played with that frustration. This team went out and said, let's just keep playing our way and it'll work out for us. So I was, in some ways, I never want that to happen, but it was good to see.
Who talked at halftime then? You said the starters were frustrated. Did they talk more than you did then?
Well, they were talking when they were walking by me a lot. Let me put it like that. They wanted me to do the talking, but they made it clear to me that they were not very happy.
Now, you guys are talking about the 17 three-pointers. How impressive was that? And has that been an emphasis as of late?
It really hasn't. I don't ever emphasize threes. I just think if you're moving the ball will find the shooter. Our guys understand who can shoot, and they try to get them shots. And that's really nice. When you see it, you don't have to emphasize it. We know Jamal's a three-point shooter, and JJ's a three-point shooter. Matt makes threes, and so we're getting them, and they're getting open threes. They're not forcing shots. And that's what we just got to keep playing that way. Unselfish ball helps.
Doc, you guys are 20-1 when your team gets over 30 assists. You had 34 tonight. Can you talk about the ball movement, and especially this winning streak?
Yeah, well, I didn't know the stat, but I just know if you move the ball, then offensively you're going to score, and then you have to defend as well. But I think we are just so good when we move the ball. It makes it so hard to guard guys. It makes JJ and Jamal lethal weapons. And then, when you think that, you have to now guard CP and Blake one-on-one. And that's what we're trying to do.
Well, Blake had, I think, another 5 or 6 assists tonight. He's been getting them too.
I said it, and I didn't know it, but when I got the job, Tony Brown, who I think was here his rookie year, was one of his assistants when Blake was injured. Right when I got the job, he said, you're going to love his athleticism and all that, but you're going to fall in love with his passing. And Tony was exactly right.
Was there anything special you did with the game plan to help neutralize Anthony Davis' effectiveness on the defensive end?
Not really. We just pulled in a lot. We just tried to clog the paint and make him score on his second move, not his first move. I think he had 6 points where he just caught it and shot it. That's his first move. We didn't want that. We wanted him to try to force him to score on his second move. He's a great player, and he's hard to guard.
Are there nights when you will shrink the floor, and if it means leaving the Babbitt out for the visual live with it, because ultimately
Yeah, yeah.
You can't do that every night.
You can't, and we live with it. Even though JJ would accuse me of being very upset every time he made one, because I thought we still could have got. I believe you can get in and out, but I think a lot of times, and this sounds silly, but if you start out and then you're going in, you can't get back out. If you get in early, you can get back out. And I thought a couple times we started on the outside and tried to work our way. It was too late. Now your momentum's going this way. So I know we can do that better even. And that's what I'll watch on film and try to correct.
Were there any moments tonight where you allowed yourself to feel like a dad watching Austin?
No, the only funny moment was when after they blocked Austin's shot and Blake was yelling, "Get that stuff out of your dock," you know. So I thought that was funny. It's still hard. I mean, you want him to play well, and he actually did, but it's a hard game for me. You know, I don't enjoy this game at all. I'm happy when it's over, and then we can move on to playing people that you really want to beat.
Are you cheering for him on the inside when he knocks down a three?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, depends on the score.
Yeah.
You know, if we're up, I'm cheering for him. If it's tight, I'm no longer cheering for him.
Well, as the head of basketball operations, where you get trade from?
I'd take him. I love his speed, I'll tell you that.
You guys held AD to only 3 rebounds tonight, and DeAndre had 16.
Yeah.
What about the emphasis of keeping on
It was
the
just, you know, like Kevin said earlier, we had a strong emphasis on the paint. Just, you know, we said it all day today, 10 feet in the paint, 10 feet in the paint, 10 feet in the paint, because it makes it crowded. And, you know, what we didn't want, every game we watch, AD comes with those running tips, and we just thought if there's enough bodies in the paint, there's no way you can get a running start. And, you know, today it worked.
Do you think JJ was capable of a play athletically like the one with the reverse layup on Davis?
No. Neither did Davis or anybody else. That may be a one-time wonder. Yeah.
The way that he's played during this stretch, I mean, is that just a byproduct of a ball moving in?
Yeah, but I think it goes to stops.
Yeah.
We're getting a lot of, Kevin Eastman started it last year, but now our other coaches are doing it. Stops in a row, stops in a row. That's all you talk about. And if you get 3 or 4 or 5 in a row, then all of a sudden you get a rhythm. The ball, everybody's happy. The ball's moving. And I think that's what's happening.
But does the ball find him because he's the one?
Yeah, I say it all the time. If
Yeah.
JJ's getting open shots, that means the ball's moving. If you see a game where JJ has 2 shots, we probably wasn't moving the ball a lot.
Do you think Blake raises his game to even another level, and not that he doesn't relish the match, but other matchups?
Yeah, I'm assuming he does. I mean, I think all those guys, when they see each other, you know, they all downplay it, but come on, you know.
Blake was shooting 50% in games against New Orleans in his last 8 games. It seemed like, was it his physicality that bothers Anthony Davis? Or?
Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. You know, I just thought it was a team effort. I don't think it was one guy. You know, Anthony deserves 5 guys focus. He's that good.
Doc, other than DJ's 1 attempt, Blake was the only starter who went to the line. How weird is that?
That is strange. That is, you know, what it may say is we were taking a lot of jump shots, but they were open. But that is unusual. And more unusual at halftime, our second unit had 0 rebounds. I think that's a first as well. Not to point that out. Thank you, guys.